Hello, everybody. This is Noah and John, and we are from UrbanDigs. It is Friday, so you're going to get your weekly Manhattan market update, Johnny. Let's get right to it. I'm looking at Manhattan supply, 62.15. Looks like it bumped up just a bit after that holiday. Show me that chart.
That is a bump up after the holiday. I think we're going to be seeing this theme across the numbers this week. That was a 3.3% bump. If you want to get, to that 10th decimal place there. Really sideways is kind of going sideways here, Noah. I don't expect it to really start. I mean, really ratcheting up one way or another in the middle of summer.
Yeah, noisy, especially with holidays. We got to be careful just to look at these week-to-week trends here. So let's just not look at them. We'll look at the overall trends. Let's shift over to pending sales. That looks like it's ticking up as well, 4,376. Johnny, show me that chart.
Yeah, it's up 2%. I mean, again, because we had that holiday week last week, so we're sort of, rebounding off that. But I think your point about the overall trend is accurate, and the overall trend in Manhattan demand, I mean, really going back to early June, is just a slow, steady downtrend. But I mean, it's just death by paper cuts here.
Yeah, we're not collapsing. You would think, like, you hear these scary words in the market shifting, and we are using the market shifting because we've shifted from going 110 miles an hour, like you said, a million times, to going 55 or 60 miles an hour. And we're going the speed limit now. We are going the normal market. It's just that we were so abnormally high for so long, we got used to it. It's just what happens. This is what we do. I look at the market pulse at 0.7. That's still not bad. It is still not bad. It's down from where we were, obviously. So there is a difference in market tone and sentiment, but it's not bad. Now let's shift over to those weeklies, see if there's any clues there. Lots of green. I'm looking at supply, 315. Show me that chart.
Yeah, 315. I mean, it's a healthy listing week for the summer. It's up from last week. But again, I mean, it's still down from where we were last year at this point in terms of what came on during this week.
Yeah, and you got the summer and you got the market kind of going into this thing. I think sellers are probably less eager to go in. I think this is more of a makeup week from last week. So let's see what the next week or two shows us and see where we really are. Let's move over to demand contract signed, 203 things. That had a nice bump up. I like that number, Johnny. Show me that chart.
Yeah, so back over 200. I mean, the market clearly is not dead. It's just pining for the fjord, so to speak. That's up healthily since last week, which was 178. So we're back over 200. But again, I would expect contract signs to remain at this range, for the foreseeable future as we're, languishing through summer here.
Yeah, and that's going to be slow. I mean, that's if we equate this 203 to a monthly number, that's like what? That's like in the mid 800s. If we look at that 30-day pace right now, that 30-day moving window that inches every single day, it's at 913. We're under 1,000. We've been in the 1400s, 1500s for the majority of that recovery. So that's the slowdown that you're really feeling. And it's the off markets. If there's a theme that's going on right here, take a look. Supply is falling more than demand. Off market is up. If supply is falling and off market is up, that means you're going to have a net deduction, a net deficit. Remember that word we used to use, net deficit of inventory throughout the recovery? We haven't been saying that much lately. I mean, we've been talking about how there was a net positive on recovery for the last 3 months, but now that the market's kind of changing, inventory is going down, Johnny.
Right. And, when you have a market that's shifting and you have a slowdown that's clearly happening, right? Contract signs started noticeably taking down early to mid-April, right? So the buyers have kind of put themselves on pause. The worst thing that could happen for that market is for the sell side to start accelerating, say, oh gosh, the market's paused. Let me get my unit on the market as fast as possible, and basically just adding some fuel to that fire. That's not what's happening here. No, we're seeing that rise in off markets. We're seeing sellers are sort of like, all right. Not the time to sell, not the time to sell. And so you still have that pressure on the buyer. So even though the market slowed down, from a buyer's perspective out on the street, it might not be feeling like that at this moment.
Yeah. At least if you're a buyer and you're like, oh, great, now I'm going to have all this inventory options, because I mean, that's what happens in down markets, right? That's a buyer's market. Inventory goes straight up. That might be happening in other markets as sellers need to sell. But you know what? Time and time again, Johnny, in this market, Manhattan specifically, when the market tends to go the other way and have a cycle down, a lot of sellers just say, I'll rent it. I'm not going to sell right now. I'll look at the market at a later time. And that's what buyers, just like you said, buyers need to understand that. It is not a 15% off, 10% off sale. That's not how this market works. Anyway,
right. And just to follow up on that point, and this is one of the things that we've talked about, for quite a while, is that we're seeing this, and this is kind of going back to your point, this window of opportunity. So we're not talking about pricing, we're talking about negotiability. So yes, there are fewer sellers in the market. Yes, there are fewer buyers in the market, but those who are in the market right now have a chance to sort of, have a look around at their own pace, negotiate at their own pace. And this is, from a buy side, yes, even though it looks like there's some pressure out there still, and there is, you might have a chance to sort of, see some things, at your own pace.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Thank you, John Welcome, for pulling up all this data. I am Noah Rosenblatt. We are both from UrbanDigs. Don't forget, you guys got questions, we got answers. Please just visit our forum right over here. If you want any of the reports we talked about today, please visit our premium reports and services right over here. Other than that, this has been your weekly Manhattan market update, and we'll catch you next time.